May 16th, 2023. Tonight we're going to be practicing on this audience to get ready for the real run later someday. I'm going to slowly redo my entire creation seminar series. I'm going to focus on one topic at a time and really expand it. This one's going to be on the Big Bang. What a big lie. So I've been putting together stuff for the last couple days. Probably not polished where I want it yet, but close enough. Good information that'll help you students in school that are taught this stupid idea of a Big Bang. We believe the Bible is true and God ought to get the glory for his creation. We're on Rumble, we're on Odyssey, we're on the Genesis Baptist Church on YouTube, and let's see, a bunch of other places, Facebook, Instagram, I don't know what all these are, but we're on them, right, brother? Go to drdino.com and link to all of them. Watch us however you want. I guess Facebook is the biggest one now, right? And YouTube's back up to nearly 8,000 subscribers after they shut our channel down and never told us why. Yeah. All right. Good. Anyway, tell your friends about us if you would. Okay. We believe all Scripture is given by inspiration of God. The word inspire means to breathe, like a respirator. Expire means he died. It's inspired. God breathed his words into that book, and it is flawless. Okay. Previous sessions we talked about what the Bible teaches about the age of the earth. Usually, I'm going to give a whole bunch of this information again, different ways to prove the earth cannot be billions of years old. Tonight, focusing on their alternative, the Big Bang. We showed that these Bic ballpoint pens cannot be 5,000 years old. If I had a theory and said, this is 5,000 years old, that's a Sharpie, okay. You'd say, wait. Bic pens can't be 5,000 years old because ballpoint pen was invented in 1988, and plastic wasn't invented until 1907, and Bic Corporation didn't start until 1945. You just proved my 5,000-year claim wrong 3 different ways, right? That's common sense, 101. They're claiming the earth is billions of years old. There are many simple ways to prove it's wrong. If you went scuba diving and found a treasure chest in a sunken ship, and you look in there and say, wow, how old is it? When did the boat sink? Well, look at the dates on the coins. Let's see. We find a coin in there from 1695. Well, now we know the boat sank after 1695. I bet it's unlikely that anybody would mint a coin and then go find the ship and stick it in the box to leave it there. Would they? Probably not, no, okay. Then we find another one from 1710. Oh, we just proved the 1695 one wrong. How about 1750? Let's see. Now we know the boat had to sink after 1750. See, the youngest coin is the limiting factor, not the oldest. Oldest coin doesn't matter. If there are some evidences the earth is billions of years old and others that it's a few thousand years old, you got to go with the few thousand. Keep in mind, it takes one proof of a young earth and the case is closed for evolution. They need billions of years to make their theory look good. That's why we got the pacifiers here. Here we go. Pacifiers. What they need is time, more time. That's what keeps them busy and crying. You give us billions of years, we'll turn a frog to a prince. Yeah, okay. Let's see. So we're going to examine the scientific evidence that the universe cannot be billions of years old. It just can't be. See, there's only 2 choices. Somebody made the world or the world made itself. Nobody's thought of a third choice except for the loonies in Berkeley, California that say, we're not really here at all. We just think we're here. Okay, honey, we're here. You can go back home. Right, let's see. Many people who believe the universe is billions of years old say it began with a Big Bang. This is the standard answer that everybody's teaching today. How did the world get here? It made itself. Really? With a Big Bang. Ah, okay. This was taught in all the schools. How many of you were taught the Big Bang in your school? Take a look at my science textbooks over here. Got a whole shelf full of them. The Big Bang. This theory has been taught in nearly every public school, university, museum, and science center in the world for the last 100 years. Before that, it was not taught. It wasn't made up. A Belgian priest, Catholic priest, named Georges Lemaitre, first suggested the Big Bang theory in 1920s. He theorized that the universe began from a single primordial atom. What is a primordial atom? You want to squeeze all the Sahara Nevada mountains and all the Pacific Ocean and all the cows into a dot the size of an atom? George, you've been smoking something, son, okay? After the World War I, Lemaitre studied theoretical physics. I've studied all kinds of things. Does that mean you're qualified? Does that mean you're right? Does that mean you got a degree? Okay, let's see. 1923, and was ordained as an abbé, so he's a Catholic priest through and through. He was a mathematician and a cosmologist. Boy, this guy gets all kinds of names. Did he get a degree in any of them? I've been searching. I can't find it. If you can, please let me know. I'll certainly update my slides. He established that the universe is expanding. No, he did not. He theorized it's expanding because space is stretching. That's again a theory. He didn't establish that, okay? American Museum of Natural History. Because space is stretching, producing red shifts in light arriving from distant galaxies. There may be some truth to that. It appears like many stars are giving a red shift. We'll talk about that later. Does that establish that the universe is expanding? No. Okay. What did Georges Lemaitre study? After the war, he studied classic theoretical physics. Let's see. He went to the University of Cambridge. It never says if he graduated. He's there for 1 year. I don't think he graduated. Let's see. He went to University of Cambridge, Massachusetts Institute of Technology, MIT. A civil engineer, Lemaitre served as an artillery officer in the Belgian army during World War I. After the war, he was entered seminary. 1923, was ordained a priest, Catholic priest. He studied, again, it doesn't say he graduated. I could go take one course at any university, couldn't I? I put that on my resume. Hovind studied that and list 100 of them. Yeah, okay. Yeah. And the University of Cambridge Solar Physics Laboratory for a year. Then at MIT. Wow, okay. Where he became acquainted with, does that mean he's an expert or knowledge? No, okay. He became acquainted with American astronomers Hubble and Shapley. Okay, yay, good job, all right? In 1927, the year he became a professor of astrophysics at the Catholic University. What are the qualifications to teach at a Catholic university? Do you have to have an accredited degree? I don't know. If you find out more, please. Not that it matters, but this is the kind of criticism they give me all the time. I thought I'd just turn it around on him a little bit. Where's his degree from, okay? He explained the recession of the galaxies. The galaxies appear to be moving away, okay? In the framework of Albert Einstein's theory of general relativity. Do we know that's true? Although expanding models of the universe had been considered earlier, notably by the Dutch astronomer Sitter, Lemaitre's theory, modified by Gamow, has become the leading theory in cosmology. It might be a leading theory. Theories change all the time. There was a leading theory back in Hitler's day that the whites are superior to the blacks. Yeah, it was a leading theory in Germany. What did Einstein say to Lemaitre? Few people took notice of Lemaitre's conclusions, but one person who did was Einstein himself, who told him, "Your calculations are correct, but your grasp of physics is abominable." I guess Einstein wasn't impressed, was he? Let's see. Lemaitre was a Jesuit Catholic, was attracted to both science and theology. He took a break from studies to serve in the Belgian army during World War I. Okay? Again, where did he graduate from? Where did he get an accredited degree? Somebody please help me on that. Okay? The startling idea first appeared in a scientific form in 1931 in a paper by Georges Lemaitre. Well, if he wrote a paper, it's got to be true. Got to be, okay? A Belgian cosmologist and Catholic priest. The theory, accepted by nearly all astronomers today, was a radical departure from scientific orthodoxy of the 1930s. The best supported theory of our universe origin centers on an event known as the Big Bang. This theory was born of the observation that other galaxies are moving away from our own at great speed in all directions. No. You cannot observe any of that. All you can observe is a red shift. You can assume it means they're moving away. Don't say they observed the galaxies moving away. As if they'd been propelled by an ancient explosive force. You see how many things they're building on an assumption here? We see a red shift, therefore they're moving away, therefore there must have been an explosion, therefore they must have all come from one spot. Oh, maybe they started moving away last year. Maybe it was made nice and orderly and they're drifting apart because of the laws of entropy. You don't know that because they're moving away means they've always moved away at the same speed, nor that they all had a single starting point like a dot smaller than an atom. What a stupid idea. Belgian priest Lemaitre suggested the Big Bang Theory in the 1920s. He theorized the universe began from a single primordial atom. That's pretty tiny. Primordial. Did you know if you took a cube of sugar, a cube of salt, one cube of salt, shake one out, and look how small that is, okay? 1 cube of salt. If you expanded it to the size of the Empire State Building, each molecule would become as large as the original grain of salt. That's how small a molecule is. How many molecules could you fit in a cube the size of the Empire State Building, 3 dimensions? That's how many, I mean, how many grains of salt could you fit in there? That's how many molecules fit in a cube of salt. Anyway, so you think the whole universe fit in there. George, you are nuts. You're not nuts about your religion, for one thing, and you're really nuts about your theology. Okay. Universe was a single primordial atom. It received major boost from Hubble's observations that galaxies are speeding away in all directions. Okay. Big Bang Theory offers no scientific evidence for where did space come from? Where did the matter come from? Where did the energy come from? How did matter organize itself? What was before the Big Bang? How did the universe begin? Discover magazine, it's got to be true here. How the universe began is a question as old as time. Take your pick from these possible theories. Well, watch what he does here now. He's going to give 4 theories, none of which include God did it. So which is correct? Elephants are orange or elephants are green? I got to choose one of those two? Yep. To be in the company of world-renowned physicists, you do. Okay. First one, universe from nothing. David Albert, a philosopher at Columbia University, said, when it comes to understanding the concept of the universe from nothing, there's an immediate difference, important difference between philosophical nothing and physical nothing. Did you know there's 2 different kinds of nothing? Who'd have thunk it? These guys get paid to do this, to write this stuff, okay? Namely, the latter still includes the laws of nature. Okay, wait. If nothing includes the laws of nature, where are they stored at? There's multiple levels of stupidity, folks, okay? I've seen most of them, right? Even granting Albert's point, we're merely kicking the can down the road. Whatever our universe came from, that too must have come from something else, at least according to the common sense expectations of feeble human brains. So I'll give you one theory. The universe came from nothing. Okay. A multiverse and eternal inflation. Oh, they give us another theory here. We could be the offspring of a larger proto-universe, which is continuously spawning new ones. So there's a pregnant universe out there spitting out baby universes all the time. We could be just a baby universe from the big pregnant one. That theory was developed in 1980s by Alan Guth. Yeah, I'll debate Alan Guth any day. Okay, let's see. Under the right conditions, they believe quantum fluctuations can spark the outrageously fast expansion of pocket universes. How many would you like to have one to keep in your pocket? Would that be cool or what? Take your friends out and show them, look at my pocket. Yeah. That would continue indefinitely. So this is the second theory, okay? Third theory, the cyclic universe theory. There it is. It's possible the Big Bang was not the start of our universe, but rather a transformation from an earlier state. So again, that doesn't give an answer how it started. It's cyclic, it goes in cycles. Yeah, okay, let's see. According to this one version of this story, this model, our universe began in a collision between 2 brands, unconfirmed theoretical objects that exist in as many as 10 or 11 dimensions. Who'd have thunk it? 2 dimensions, 3 dimensions, 10 or 11 dimensions? Oh, but if you use all these big words like this, you got to be smart. They're going to believe you. They're going to teach it as a college class somewhere. Oh yeah. So there's the cyclic theory. Then they have the conformal cyclic cosmology. Whoa. Over the unimaginable course of a Google years, one followed by 100 zeros. That's a whole bunch. That's a centillion. Black holes will swallow every last bit of matter, then boil away in a process known as Hawking radiation, leaving behind a sea of massless protons. So protons that have no mass. In other words, they don't exist, or they barely exist. They have a mass. How do you get a proton with no mass? They make up this stupid stuff and get paid for it. Yeah, okay. Massless protons. Surprisingly, that cold, quiet end is mathematically equivalent to the hot, energetic Big Bang. They're essentially the same, suggesting that one could blend into the other. How do you get that stupid in one short lifetime? I don't know. None of these theories include the obvious option that maybe there's a God who's greater than all and created all and is to be worshipped. In the beginning, God created the heaven and the earth. See, God clearly claims that he did it. But they make up this stupid Big Bang theory, cosmic evolution, from Big Bang to human. Now, the atheists get mad at me when I say there are 6 different meanings to the word evolution. And I start off with cosmic evolution. They say, no, we're only talking about animals changing to a different kind. Well, all the textbooks talk about cosmic evolution. There is such a thing. Guys, come on, answer it. Where did time, space, matter come from? In the beginning was the Word. The Word was with God. The Word was God. Same was in the beginning with God. All things were made by Him. Without Him was not anything made that was made. So the Bible clearly claims that the Word made everything. Later we see in John 1:14, same chapter, and the Word was made flesh and dwelt among us. Well, guess what? That would be Jesus. And we beheld His glory. The glory is of the only begotten of the Father, full of grace and truth. So by Him, that's Jesus, were all things created. So the Bible is clearly claiming that Jesus made everything. It says God made everything and Jesus made everything, so it's clearly claiming that Jesus is God Almighty in the flesh. Hoping you understand that? No, I'm trying, okay. He answered and said, have you not read that He which made them at the beginning made them male and female, Adam and Eve? So Jesus is claiming that was the beginning. He answered and said, have you not read, He which made them at the beginning made them male and female? He's claiming the creation of Adam and Eve was the beginning. I don't think it could be more clear. From the beginning of the creation, God made them male and female. Jesus speaking in Mark chapter 10. Jesus said the beginning of the creation was when God made Adam and Eve. He's the one who did it. He ought to know, okay? The Bible says by one man, sin came into the world, and death by sin. Man brought death into the world. Evolution has death bringing man into the world. Millions of years of death. A whole bunch of critters have to die. Yeah. Since by man came death, by man came the resurrection. In Adam all die. The Bible could not be more clear. Man ruined this world. God made a perfect one. Jesus said the beginning was when He made Adam and Eve. The Bible says nothing died till Adam sinned. But they come up with this Big Bang theory. Before life began. The current universe came into existence 14 billion years ago from an infinitely dense point. That dense point is between your ears, fellas, okay? Brother Meister, our guest here, pastored a church in Louisiana. He told me his people eat the strangest things over there. He went to one guy's house, one of his church members, and he gave him squirrel gumbo to eat. And in the bottom of his bowl were 2 squirrel heads cooked in the gumbo. And the guest said, or the host said, are you going to eat the squirrel brains? And he said, no, sir, I won't do that. He said, well, give them to me, I'll eat them. Brother Meister said, if you do, you'll have more brains in your stomach than you do in your head. And I think you atheists who believe this dumb Big Bang theory got no brains in your head, that's for sure. Let's see, here we go. Space.com. Ooh, if they said it, it's got to be true. 13.772 billion years ago. Wow, plus 5 more years now, 4 more years. Yeah, okay. Yeah. Estimated, the age of the universe is 13.772 billion years with an uncertainty of 59 million. Most thinking people today know it is dumb to worship time, space, energy, and matter as the gods that created an orderly universe and life. 13.8 billion years ago. Scientists are uncertain whether this means the universe began from a singularity, a dot, or that current knowledge is insufficient to describe the universe. Detailed measurements of the expansion rate tell us the Big Bang happened at 13.8. Do you see, all of this is based on the expansion rate from Lemaitre saying the stars are moving. All of this idiocy is based on that one theory. We'll cover more on that in a minute. So we discuss the truth, age of the earth soon. Here you go. What happened before the Big Bang? Whoa, he's got a cool shirt on. The Big Bang. There we go. All right. Here's LPP Fusion did a great article. Scientific evidence against the Big Bang. The contradiction, I just blew up this text so you can read it better. The contradictions between Big Bang theory predictions and observations are not limited to those that have been widely dubbed as crisis in cosmology. Despite the continuing popularity of the theory, essentially every prediction of the Big Bang has been increasingly contradicted by better and better data. In other words, the real crisis in cosmology is that the Big Bang never happened. The more stuff they find, the more saying, wow, this theory isn't true. Now, the theory's been around for 100 years and has completely taken over the classroom. That doesn't make it true. The fact that if everybody believed it, it wouldn't make it true, would it? They predicted a superhot explosion would have generated a certain small amount of lithium. The amount of lithium observed has gotten less and less, and in the oldest stars is less than 1/10 of the predicted level. So where's the lithium, guys? Okay, surface brightness. In any expanding universe, an optical illusion makes objects at high redshift appear larger and dimmer. So their surface brightness, the ratio of apparent brightness to apparent area, declines sharply with redshift. Surface brightness is completely consistent with distance, as expected in a universe that is not expanding. Could it be the whole universe was created perfect and it's not expanding at all? Could there be something else causing this redshift? Just something to constipate on for a while, okay? Here we go. Structures too large form in the galaxy. Okay. In the Big Bang Theory, universe is supposedly to start off completely smooth and homogeneous. Observation. Huger and huger structures of galaxies have been discovered. There hadn't been enough time for them to form. Galaxies don't form anyway, but they imagine that they do. Let's see, the cosmic microwave background radiation. Whoa, okay. Prediction. CMB is a smooth relic of the initial radiation. Observation. It's smooth on such large scales, the Big Bang, there would be too little time for regions we now see in different parts of the sky to reach equilibrium. So they're saying, sorry, Big Bang didn't happen. Let's see, how about evidence against dark matter? Prediction. Big Bang Theory requires the existence of dark matter. What is that? Can't see it, can't feel it, can't test it, but it's there. You can't doubt it. Okay. Mysterious particles that have never been observed, despite huge experiments to find them. Yeah, expensive experiments, yeah. Observation. Multiple lines of evidence, especially observations of motions of galaxies, show this dark matter does not exist. Extremely sensitive experiments on Earth have failed to detect dark matter. The response of most cosmologists to this growing body of evidence, unfortunately, has not been to decide the Big Bang Theory was falsified, but to add new parameters. Rather than give up the theory, since that's all they've got, to replace the other obvious option is God did it. Oh, they don't want that. Let's just keep putting Band-Aids on the stupid Big Bang Theory. Strong peer pressure is applied against many of those who question the theory. It's as if researchers are saying, I can see the emperor's elbow through his new clothes. I can see the emperor's knee through his new clothes, and so on, says Lerner. It's time to say, the emperor's not wearing any clothes. This theory has no correct predictions. Time to give it up, guys. Get a new theory, okay? But they don't. Back in 1992, they said the universe was 18 to 20 billion years old. Now they're saying 13.7. What happened to 6 billion years? You guys must work for the government. What's a billion here or there? It doesn't matter, okay? Right, okay. It says, for the 18 to 20 billion years ago, all the matter in the universe, that include all the cows, all the frogs, everything, all of it, was concentrated into a very dense, very hot region that may have been much smaller than a period on this page. Is this what's being taught to the kids? Take a picture, go look at the textbook, it's right there, okay? And it's no better now. They're still teaching it. Nothing changes, folks. This is all they've got. Let's see. NASA, science, whoa. What is the Big Bang? Short answer. The Big Bang is how astronomers explained the way the universe began. It's the idea the universe began as a single point, then expanded and stretched to grow as large as it is right now, and it's still stretching. So all the matter, all the stars, and all the energy fit into this dot. You guys are super stupid, okay? Go tell your mama I called you stupid, right? Earth is thought to have formed 4.6 billion years ago. Okay, let's see. And then 3.9 billion years, it began as a hot ball of rock. Yeah, very important. Yeah, Mr. Nelson, you do believe it came from a rock, okay? There we go. As the Earth in the oceans, the 3.5 billion years ago, scientists believe the first living organisms appeared. So let me see now if I got this straight. This is a approved public school textbook, one of the top 4 publishers, okay? Earth began as a hot ball of rock. Did I get it right? I didn't paraphrase, I photographed it right from the book. Mr. Nelson calls himself Aaron Ra, the sun god. No evolutionist ever believed we came from a rock. He got all over me, saying, Hovind keeps saying we came from a rock. Nobody ever believes that. I forgot the fan in the hair. Nobody ever believes that. 3.9 billion years ago, the Earth cooled enough for water vapor to condense, and the Earth was getting rain. Wow, and it rained and rained and rained. I see. In the oceans, 3.5 billion years ago, scientists believe life appeared. Earth started off as a ball of very, very hot liquid. Let's see. A few 100 million years later, temperature reached the melting point of iron and the Earth's core was formed. The core formed 4.54 billion years ago, 1/3 the age of the universe. Let's see. Earth was so hot from the collisions that all the rock melted, and Earth was a hot ball of melted rock. Aaron, Nelson, do the textbooks teach, does Berserkly teach, the Earth began as a hot ball of rock, and it cooled down and rained on the rocks. Millions of years of torrential rains created the oceans. Swirling in the waters of the oceans is a bubbling broth of complex chemicals. Progress from a complex chemical soup to a living organism is very slow. Simple question, are these books teaching that the Earth was a hot ball of rock, it rained on the rocks for millions of years, turned them into soup, and the soup came alive? Is that what they're teaching? You do believe you came from a rock. In these oceans, 3.5 billion years ago, the first living organisms appeared. So billions of years ago, the planetary blob that would become Earth started out as a hot, viscous ball of rock. Wow. Then water trapped in the minerals erupted as lava, a process called outgassing. I've done that a couple times. Okay. As more water was outgassed, the solid mantle solidified. National Pornographic. Oh, it's got to be true, okay. Yale University. Confessions of a former fireball. Let's see. How Earth became habitable. The early Earth transformed itself. Whoa, okay. They explain how the Earth transformed itself from a fiery carbon-clouded ball of rocks into a planet capable of sustaining life. The theory covers Earth's earliest years and involves weird rocks that interacted with seawater in just the right way to nudge biological matter into existence. So the folks at, let's see, where's this at? Yale University, go Yale, okay? And Princeton, Harvard, I'm sorry. Do you guys believe you came from a rock? You're going to graduate believing that, and they're going to give you a accredited degree, and then laugh at my degree, aren't they? As an added bonus, these weird rocks on early Earth would react with seawater to generate a large flux of hydrogen, which is believed to be essential for the creation of biomolecules. Oh, you got to have hydrogen and oxygen, H2O, H2O2, hydrogen sulfide, hydrogen bonds with a lot of stuff. Okay, let's see. It's essential for the creation of biomolecules. The Lost City hydrothermal vents, a prime location for investigating the origin of life. That's a code word for give me more money so I can go down to the bottom of the ocean and study how life began and write a book and get a degree on it for something that's stupid to begin with. Okay, let's say the conversation. Our own Earth was getting hit by rocks that were falling toward it. It kept getting bigger and hotter until it was a giant ball of melted rock. I'm not making this up, okay? Over many millions of years, slowly, I'm sorry, I forgot to emphasize, slowly, over many years, Earth started to cool down. Some rocks full of ice and gas hit it. Where'd they come from? Okay, and melted to make the sea. Gradually, slowly, gradually, over a long time. Plants started to grow. Bugs started to live, and life on Earth began to form. Talk about making up a story. How was Earth formed? At first, it was a ball of molten rock. Surface rock slowly began to cool and harden 4 billion years ago. So 4.6 billion years ago, the Earth was a hot ball of molten rock. Then outgassed and farted, and developed oceans. And Earth's surface cooled and made the crust, and the first continents formed, and life begins on Earth. Oh yeah, all you gotta do is type it out on paper, and now it's gotta be true. The Guardian, how did our planet form? It's astonishing what you can achieve with just a bit of gas and dust. Wow, okay, let's see. It all started with a tremendous bang. Somewhere in our galaxy, a star exploded, throwing out masses of gas and dust. The supernova, as these explosions are called, happened about 5 billion years ago. The wreckage from the explosion crashed into a nearby cloud of dust or gas. Where'd that come from? Bringing together the ingredients for the solar system. Gradually, the sun grew in size. I see. Slowly, the planets began to organize themselves. They had a vote on it. I found the paper where they voted. Who wants to go first? Mercury said, not me. All the rest of them said, Mercury, you're a little guy. We're making you go first. Yeah, but it's hot up there. Tough. Get up there. So Mercury went first, okay? Venus came next. Earth came last. Pluto, they couldn't decide to keep it a planet or not keep it a planet. They argue about that. But yeah, they organized themselves, yeah. Setting at a comfortable distance from the sun. I don't think Mercury's very comfortable. It's hot. I don't think Venus is very comfortable, 0.7 AU. Yeah. I don't think Mars is comfortable, 1.5 AU. Long ways. Okay. Earth found its path as third planet from the sun. Whew. Boy, it's a good thing that happened to us, wasn't it? Can you imagine if we'd have been on Mercury instead? Wow. Talk about hot. It was hot today. Nothing like Mercury. Oh, no. Okay. In the early days, rocky pileups were still common because they were learning to drive, leaving craters on the surface. 3.8 billion years ago, the oceans formed. Scientists cracked the code for a 40-year-old DNA puzzle. They found the answer. Hot soup is where life originated. They cracked the puzzle, guys. They got it solved. We began in hot soup. Primordial soup was where life began. This is Science Daily. You call these guys scientists? Primordial soup. Yep, we all came from the soup. There it is, folks. Primordial soup, prebiotic soup, okay? Idea made up 1924, about the same time, early 20s, when they made up the stupid Big Bang theory. What is primordial soup made of? Well, let me see, carrots, peas, but no. What's it made of? Let's see. Oxygen-free gas and water. That don't sound like good soup to me, does it? Hydrogen, methane. Yeah, you know what happens. Never mind, methane, okay. Life on Earth bloomed 3.7 billion years ago when chemical compounds in primordial soup somehow sparked into life. You call that science? Somehow sparked into life. Whoa, yeah, okay. Primordial soup, yep. It all began in a pond. Life began in a pond or ocean. I'm not making this up. This is what you guys are writing, okay? The first self-replicating systems must have emerged in this organic soup. Had to. There's no other choice. You won't even consider maybe, God made it. Oh, that's not an option. So by their theory, 13.772 billion years ago, there was a big bang where a dot of nothing exploded. But there's two different kinds of nothing, remember. Yeah, I don't know which kind exploded, but one of them exploded, okay? And then 4.6 billion years ago, the Earth formed. It rained on the rocks for millions of years, turned them into soup, and the soup came alive and slowly evolved into people. Here we are, folks. There's great-great-great-great-great-great-grandpa. Quite a few companies, besides Campbell's, make primordial soup from rocks. This one has amino acids added. Wow. Wallace's condensed primordial soup. Quite a few companies are making this stuff. Let's see. Oparin and Haldane. Oh, they made their own brand of soup. Now, that's long enough for this session. I got a whole bunch more I want to cover next time on the redshift. What's really causing that? Are the galaxies really moving away? Is the universe expanding? Is there another answer? Don't let them teach you this stupid Big Bang theory without at least putting a bug in the rest. Now, you can't, students, you might, and don't be disrespectful, and you might not win the teacher over, but you got to rescue your fellow students from this stupid theory being taught. You might have to do it after school, off school grounds. Hey kids, come here. Let me have you watch this video. Our teacher taught us today about the Big Bang. Did you know it's stupid, it's dumb, it didn't happen? Just smile when the teacher says, and then when they ask you the question on the test, how did the universe begin? Students, you can say, the textbook says Big Bang. However, this is stupid. Write that, just like that. They gave the answer you wanted. They can't count it wrong. If they do count it wrong, call me. I got some lawyers waiting in the wings to handle that case, okay? Yeah, they'd love that. So, any questions? How many of you remember the days when you were stuck in a can like that of soup? Yeah, a long time ago. Boy, it's a good thing we don't have memories back that far. Man, thank you for joining us. Come visit Dinosaur Adventureland. It's a fun place, isn't it? It's amazing around. I love it. Okay, see you tomorrow. Bye.